It's getting worse for Dragon Age the Veilguard. First, we saw the game director remove all of his disgusting social agenda from his X bio. And now we are seeing the game's creative director lock down his account after confirming that all of the companions in the game are, quote, pansexual. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com. And Dragon Age the Veilguard creative director John Epler did indeed confirm that all companions are, quote, pansexual. In an interview with Game Rant, he said there's a difference between player sexual and pansexual. All companions are canonically pansexual. So if you don't know what this made up nonsense word is, Urban Dictionary says this: it is a person who is sexually interested in other people, regardless of gender, including males, females, transsexuals, transvestites, gender benders, hermaphrodites, intersexuals, androgynous people, and those with sex chromosome anomalies such as Klinefelter syndrome or Turner syndrome. I think I've also seen some definitions where they're into like inanimate objects. Because remember, they described Lando Calrissian as pansexual because he was into the droid L337. And he was supposedly having some kind of disgusting relationship with this inanimate object, this robot in the Solo film. So it's absolutely disgusting. It's degenerate. It's disordered. It is completely unnatural. And that is what they are pushing in this new Dragon Age the Veilguard game. And here he is right here after making these comments. These posts are protected, has locked down his account. Interestingly, he describes himself as a goblin. And I think that's all kind of you really need to know. I don't know. Why would you describe yourself as a goblin in your profile on X? It's just bizarre. And then obviously you see here he's got pronouns as well. So you know that's just a disaster waiting to happen. But as I said at the top of the video here, these comments do come amid the Dragon Age the Veilguard game director, who is a man, claims to be a woman, and uses the name Corrine Bush, informing IGN that the characters were pansexual as well. IGN's Alex Stedman wrote this: Bush insists that they're all specifically pansexual, and that might come through in what you learn about their backstories. Bush then explained their past experiences or partners. They'll reference them and indeed who they'll become romantic with. For instance, we saw Harding. That's the female dwarf. I might be playing a straight male character flirting with her, but I choose not to pursue a romance. She might get together with Tosh, which I think is a gender-confused Kunari and a self-insert for the game director. So my perception, my identity has no bearing on their identities, and that comes through really strongly. It's not until the later parts of the game where you really commit to romance, and it gets pretty spicy. He went on to confirm that there is indeed pornographic sex scenes in the game as well. He said, of course, we are an M-rated game. We do have nudity. Our companions, we want them to be relatable and fully realized so they can get spicy, but in a way that I think people will actually relate to. Some of them are more spicy than others. Just like real life, our companions have such diverse personalities. Some of them are more physical, more aggressive, and some of them are more, we have a gentleman necromancer, for instance, that is more intimate and sensual. So this also comes in the wake of Bush confirming that the entire Dragon Age franchise is, quote, inherently very queer. He said this in a developer story on BioWare's website. He said, as a queer trans woman, that's right, this is a man pretending to be a woman who is apparently attracted to women. You can't make this stuff up. These people are very disordered. They're living disordered lives, and they are taking those disordered lives, they are applying it to the video games that they are creating in this case, Dragon Age the Veilguard, and are trying to push their own disordered, sinful lifestyles on to other people through the game. It is evil. But anyways, he goes on and says, as a queer trans woman, I have a perspective on the games that not everyone has. Dragon Age has long been a place where LGBTQIA plus folks can see people like themselves represented respectfully. It's inherently very queer. There you go. That's what he had to say there. And it's such a rare thing for marginalized communities to have representation where we feel proud and powerful in how we are depicted. And there you go. It's all about power. They want these people to have power, and they want to obviously wield it in real life as well. Bring that fantasy to reality. It's exactly what they are trying to do. And then he goes on to basically say he wants to celebrate these disordered lifestyles. This is not something that we should be celebrating whatsoever. We should be celebrating when they begin to live chaste lifestyles. They repent and they offer their lives to Jesus Christ and follow his will. And obviously, that is very difficult to do given the fact that we live in a fallen world, given the fact that there is original sin, and we are all, as humans, inclined to concupiscence, to sin, but with Christ's grace, we can overcome it. And that is exactly what we should be doing. And we should be working together to help each other overcome this sin. Instead, what is EA? What is BioWare? What is this game director doing? He is trying to proliferate the disordered lifestyles, proliferate the sin, drag people down to where he is, and have people wallow in ruin and self-destruction. And we cannot let this happen. We must oppose this. Fortunately, it does look like a lot of people are indeed opposing this game, whether or not it is this disordered sexuality or whether it is just simply the game design, specifically the character designs, the combat, etc. We did see the current gameplay trailer has 124,000 dislikes to just 73,000 or 73,000 likes. A little typo there. I'll have to fix that. But you can see here 73,000 likes, 124,000 dislikes. I do think there was some finagling happening here with this trailer because I think a lot of people reacted positively to like a 25-second clip. I don't know why. Didn't really make any sense to me. It was literally just a character walking into the town, and I guess you could see what the town looked like, but people were raving about that. And I think they used that little 25-second clip and somehow we're able to expand it to this 20-minute full gameplay trailer. It's the same YouTube video that they were able to do that. I'm not sure how you do that. They were able to do that. Obviously, I don't do that with my YouTube video, so I'm not familiar with that process, but they were able to do that. So I think this probably, you would see this like counter a lot lower if you did not have that like 20-second clip that they shared before they released the entire gameplay trailer. And the dislike counter might be a little bit higher too, because, and the reason why I say that is because if you go to the actual official reveal trailer that they revealed before the gameplay trailer, you can see here 41,000 likes to 237,000 dislikes. People are not into this game. And the gameplay didn't look very good at all. It looked generic. It looked like just kind of a generic action game. It did not look like it had any of the strategic or tactical elements that one might have expected from maybe a Dragon Age Origins, if that was the only Dragon Age game you played. It looked way too similar to kind of, I don't even remember what the second one was, where you play Hawk, and then obviously Inquisition, where it's just kind of a standard RPG without the tactical elements and controlling the party members involved. It looks like they've definitely watered this game down, and they did 10 years to provide a inferior product to the first game. But I'm glad to see people are rejecting this, because it does indeed just look like slop on all levels, from the character design to the gameplay to obviously this degenerate agenda that they are going to be pushing in the game through the companions. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, but we must always speak the truth.